What's going on, guys? Happy holidays. Welcome back to another episode of the Band of Barbers podcast. I am your host, Devon Evans. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight it's episode 65, I believe. Believe it's 65. Man, we're getting there. We're getting close to our goal. We're steady pushing along, everything like that. It's exciting. But anyways, just wanted to again wish you guys a happy holidays. Thank you for tuning in, and you know, thank you for sharing. I hope that you guys are talking about this in your barbershops, with your friends, whatever it may be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very thankful for all of the people who have listened to this podcast up to this point. I really appreciate it. So tonight, um, again, we're going to go into sort of a mindset thing. And so I've got a question for you guys. And we talked about this a while ago, but I'm just going to kind of rephrase it in a different way. Um, so you've gone to school, you've got your license, you've been in a shop for a while, and you don't like it. You realize that you fired your boss to then have, you know, 50, 100, 1,000 bosses telling you what to do every single day. Because that's what your clients are doing. Your clients are telling you what to do every single day. The only difference, I mean, really, there's no difference in between a boss in a job and a boss and a client in this situation, because both of them control your paycheck or your schedule or all of these things. Like, the crazy part that people say of like, oh my, I get to work for myself, and all of those sorts of things. Like, it sounds cool, right? And that's probably appealing to a lot of people until they realize that you traded a 9 to 5 to work a 9 to 9, or whenever is available for your clients. Because think about this: if you traded a 9 to 5 to only work 9 to 5, you're limiting your reach or your potential reach to your clients. You're limiting your reach to your clients, to potential clients, to new clients. Like, you're totally limiting your reach to your clients. And so my question is, okay, if you've gotten into this industry and you realize you don't like it, can I just ask you guys a favor? If you're the one listening right now and you're like, yo, I really don't like doing this, if you're that person, can you just go get a job? Can you leave the industry alone? Because you're damaging you're damaging the industry. You did all of this training, you did all of these things, but sorry, bought all these tools, did all of this stuff, focused, learned, whether you learned or you didn't learn, you done all of this stuff, and you Like you don't like it, and and here's the thing, like that's okay. That's okay not to like it. It is. It is. But can you, instead of bringing down the name of the industry, the name of everything, like the barbering industry has grown so much in the last 20 years. It's insane. I haven't seen that much growth in a very, very long time in this industry. So the growth is insane. But I don't need, like, we don't need you guys in the industry bringing it down because you don't like it. Go do something else. Oh, well, I'm making decent money. Then you need to find happiness in it. Don't treat your clients like crap because you don't really want to do this. Somebody calls you and asks you for a haircut, and then like you're treating them like they bother you. Oh, whatever. Oh, okay. Like, nah, no, that's not how we're gonna work. It's not how we're gonna operate. That's not how you should operate. Like that's very unprofessional. Family or not, very unprofessional. Especially like to do this in the shop, like that's just unprofessional. Unprofessional. It disgusts me. It disgusts me the amount of people that are just kind of like, oh, it's easy money. Like, no, honestly, no, it's not. It's really not. It's easy if you love it. It's easy if you love it. Listen, there are days, there are days that I do not feel like cutting hair. But it doesn't mean that I don't love what I do. I get to be an artist every single day that I decide to go to work. Right? Every single working day that I work, which I work 5 days a week, every day I get to be an artist. Like, to me, it's great. I've done this for years for free. Now I'm getting paid for it. I love it. And if you don't love it, if you don't have the passion for it, if you don't care for it anymore, like, you need to sit down with yourself and look at it, like, why am I flailing away from this? What is happening? What is going on? What's making this difference in my life? You need to examine that and check it out, right? Because these would be or want to be, like, just make room for the people who want to be here. Don't hold up the space. Do not hold up the space because you're too afraid to move on. Oh, well, I made this commitment, and what am I going to do now? Get a job. Well, I don't have the benefits, I don't have the schedule like I have here. Okay, so find a way to love it again. Find a way to be into this again. But just dragging it down, and like the negative Nancy's just in the community, like people don't realize that, like, one person and their negative attitude or the anti-attitude of whatever may be the norm in the shop can really affect the shop. Good barbers, or are really going to get pissed off with the trash barber, not because of his skills, because of his lack of enthusiasm, his lack of care. Like, you know, they are disrespectful, late, all of these sorts of things. I I don't, may not be a message that you really want to hear right now, but I'm telling you that, like, you need to figure out what is going on with you. Where did your passion go? How did it fall off? And how can you get it back? How can you get it back? Figure it out. How can I get this back? Right? That's what you need to know. Do some deep dives, go some places, go to shows, go to this, go meet with other barbers. Like, sometimes only looking at that circle that you're in is really dark. It can be really dark. Go, remember, Mr. You work for yourself, Mrs. You work for yourself. All right, go spend some time with some other barbers. See how they're operating in a different shop. Might bring you some enthusiasm. Might bring you back a little bit. And go figure it out. But don't destroy the barbershop that you're in because you're unhappy. These clients came to you for a service. They expect you to provide that service, not to be rushed, not to be cheated, not to be overcharged. This is what they expect, right? This is literally what they expect. So I didn't have a lot for you. I didn't have a lot for you today, guys. But that was just what was kind of on my heart. Like, I'm sorry if that you may not enjoy this anymore, but it may be time to step away. It may be time to change a few things, right? It just may be time for that, and that's okay. That's okay. It's still a skill that you have. You may come back to it later. Okay. So you come back to it later. That's fine. Or you never come back to it again. Thank you for being a part of the industry. But to destroy it from the inside because you're just unhappy with what you're doing, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. It's fine. We get it. It's not for everybody. This industry is not for everybody. Yes, it is. Is it an industry that's easily obtained? That's easy to obtain success? Yes, absolutely. Easy to obtain freedom? Yes, absolutely. But you have to freedom becomes subjective when you realize what really goes into this. Right? Freedom is very subjective when you realize what goes into what we have going on. I just want you to really think about that. Right? Think about it. Either way, guys, hate to have such of a downer message on the eve of Christmas Eve. But it it just bothers me. Like, it bothers me so much. And trying to understand, like, how It just does. Like, I have a motto: if you hate what you're doing, then stop doing it. Don't say, "Oh, I got to." Oh, no. You got to find a way to enjoy what you're doing. That's the only thing you have to do. Just find a way to enjoy, find the love, find the passion for what it is that you're doing. That's it. That's all it is. Doesn't change. Right? Guys, thank you for tuning in. Um, if the message wasn't for you, that's fine. The message may be for someone else, and maybe you want to share this message with them. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know, or maybe this will give you the ability to have some talking points with someone that is close to you that you may feel like is in this situation. But you know, again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Band of Barbers podcast. I'm your host, Devon Evans. Thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow on Christmas Eve.